Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. The Bitcoin around 89,000 American dollars. I've given you a blue emoji. Feels like, friends, it's very, very boring. The Crypto Summit is around the corner, but the Crypto Summit, we're going to have to temper expectations. There's not going to be probably enormous news, but the price action could kind of surprise us anyway, where we get at least some sort of a confidence reading from the US government about what they're going to do when it comes to altcoins, how they're going to handle everything out here. Bitcoin's monthly candle is still green. That is all we really care about. As long as we get the repetition, that's what matters the most. Actually, if you're curious as well, like even back in 2017, which I'm going to show you, friends, it seems to be repeating very, very nicely. Actually, if we go back to 2017, we want to see that year. What was 2017 like? Well, at the start, look at this. At the start, it was not actually enormous. Check it out. It was only, look at that. Bitcoin started actually moving up April and May. If you overlay, which I have already shown you these charts, right? If you overlay the US dollar, DXY, and the money supply, the M2, right? They basically, the delay from now is about 40 or 50 days, and it lands you around in April. Next month. But here's the thing, something to let you know as well. During this period of time, see how Bitcoin starts climbing in April and May? Well, altcoins were already moving in here. Just to let you know, XRP, ETH, they started moving early compared to Bitcoin. It was only, so they had their first 50 days of the alt season here. And then when Bitcoin went up to June right here, okay, we had the second wave. Remember, it's 50 days of the walking up part and then 50 days of that euphoria part. That's a 100-day alt season. So that's actually what happened back then. But unfortunately, right now, we haven't got that early altcoin run at all, have we? That's been missing from our scenario so far. This is the weekly chart of Bitcoin. I'm going to go through some scenarios out here. A couple of people are scared because they fear. Uncle Bobby Lucas has said, look, the cycle's cooked. I don't think anything is cooked. I just think it's slow, it's poop, it's boring, it's trash so far for sure. But it's on track with 2017. It is what it is. Like if you saw how far I've shown you, man, 2017 for others, which we'll go through right now, like it moved so much. We're not getting that. You did a 300x for the whole freaking index. Remember, not others BTC, actual others itself. So this is it, the actual chart right here. You go to 2017, man, it did a 370x for the bulk of altcoins from January to the end. My gosh, 370x. Can you believe it? Look, it just went up this whole way. And then 2021 was truncated. But look what we're doing right now. We're literally just going down. It's meant to be the big bull market year. We just started going down. So can we still finish up from here, up here? This will be enormous if we can get this, by the way. Because if we can actually go up here and we finish somewhere like that's big. That's around an 8x on others. And remember, something like Pulse Chain or anything else, if you just do a 2 on top of that, you can get like a 12 to 16. Yeah, that's pretty. That's big. That's a lot of things have gone our way by that point. Now, Ethereum is still sitting at freak accident levels. It's ETH BTC 0.024. It's going down, extremely painful. Remember, this is just a weekly chart, so these things take a while to resolve themselves. And what we're looking for, because this is what Ethereum did in the last cycle, pretty much. This is Ethereum, friends, from the top of 2017 to the bottom, came back to around its 61.8 retrace. Okay, it went around there. So if you do that again from the top to the bottom, where would it go? Let's say it is the bottom here. That would only bring you around 0.053 to 0.06, somewhere up here. That would be roughly if Bitcoin's 200,000, Ethereum is 12,000. Which I know you're like, well, if you get that, that's what we're kind of hoping is expected. I've seen some channels out here drawn by like Ivan. If you just draw like just a channel on Ethereum's top, it lands at around 8,000, which is just, these numbers are just so horrendous. I'm not going to bother wasting my time. So it's outside of our control anyway. Now, as you know, friends, the same force keeping down altcoins and everything out here, they are keeping the racist Russell 2000 down as well. So racist Russell, he's still got no white friends. We've been begging him to please accept that he's racist and start turning things around. When racist Russell can turn things around, we've got others BTC that'll turn itself around. It's literally just like it just flips red, just dies here. Okay, so we're still waiting around. You know, is March going to finish green? It could finish green, but like we got a long way to go when it comes to how far we've got to push up. Now, I've actually got some breaking news that actually came out minutes ago, friends. So I've actually got some gossip here for you for the crypto summit. So this is scoop from Chuck. Chuck says, Gasparino, sources tell me the White House is preparing a further clarification of its crypto strategic reserve, either later today or tomorrow. My guess is it will address the funding mechanism, i.e. the potential roadblock for buying digital coins with taxpayer money. They would need congressional approval, which is next to impossible. Look for possible solutions such as seeding it with confiscated crypto. This is 200,000 Bitcoins have been seized from the alleged bad guys, or using the sovereign fund wealth idea to finance the purchases, something floated by Giancarlo. So this is developing. What about you rotate some of the crypto in? That'd be funny. That'd be funny. No one's expecting that one. That'd be hilarious. What if they go, oh, let's just sell half of it. We've got 200,000. Put 100,000. Man, that would be wild. It's like that means they're punting altcoins if they did that. I don't even know if they're allowed to do something like that. But yeah, it's swapping around, right? But yeah, that's pretty much the scoop. Waiting for that news. A lot of the big people who are appearing now in the White House, I think, you know, Trump was trying to pretty much fluffy pump the markets up. Everyone's pretty much, I think they've just gotten to him. They're like, nah, you shouldn't do these altcoin stuff. Like, because even the big exchanges, don't want the altcoins. They don't want them. Like, man, altcoins, don't cuck yourselves. Like, they're so beaten down. They're like so scared because they know it's going to take a while. They don't want to be seen as grifters for the American public or anything out here. I'm like, dude, do you understand every single industry in America does this? Every single industry is getting subsidized somewhere, but it is what it is. So they're probably just going to start with a Bitcoin strategic reserve. And then, yeah, it'd be like, that's why, friends, like we might find, man, like if this thing gets voted in, that might be the ultimate top for them, where they actually Congress writes in. We don't know. We don't know if it even makes it that far. But I also want to tell you that something up. We don't even need it. We don't even need it. I mean, look, we've pumped before without them. We don't need it. We have a hot economy. We have inflation. Yeah, inflation's hot. People need to make money. They need to make money. They want to make money. And they're just waiting for this euphoria part, this confidence part of the business cycle going up. That's just what humans do, friends. You don't need approval from the government. Like, oh, the government's going to buy the bags. Like, you don't need that, dude. You don't need that at all. You just need to feel confident. That's what happens every single cycle. It's human nature themselves, right? That's how you get others BTC going up. You don't need the government to come and buy your stuff. You don't. It's just like, friends, like, do you need to go and beg people to drink alcohol on a Friday night when they're having fun? No. You just need them to have fun. Just, hey, Friday night's going to come over. You start having fun. You find something and have fun. You know, if you're thinking about like it's Tuesday, it feels like it's Tuesday pretty much. Let's say it's Tuesday and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I can't imagine how anybody's going to feel excited on Friday. We've just had such a bad week. It's just, you know, and you don't doubt that because you're so used to that. You see, and then Friday comes, people find a reason to drink. Though, friends, people drink watching sports games. They get a beer out, watch a sports game. You know what I mean? Watching sports games, drinking with their friends, drinking, gaming, whatever it is. People just will find. See what I mean? It's the same thing with humans. When we see a large crowd of people and there's asset prices rising, we also have that same approach to it. We have a tendency to basically spend currency and try to attain some of it that's getting more scarce. That's pretty much that's what you see on the price chart. Because you just see it as, oh, someone's swapping a coin to go buy the high of something. No, that's, you're describing what's going on, but you're not actually really going through what's actually happening in someone's mind. It is, they're doing nothing, they're bored, other people are excited, things are going up and everyone's yelling that they're making money, and these people are like, oh, cool, I want to go join that thing. What did you do? That's how we get to these cycles, step by step. Now, I want to quickly just show you just some fractals from BCB. They're not too exciting, but it's just showing you what we kind of like expect, I guess, coming from here. So this is the Bitcoin update. Remember Bitcoin, we broke below this trend line as a fake out. That's where we are now. So we're hoping Bitcoin just like over the next week or 2 or 3 just slowly just grinds back up and gets back in here, and then it can like battle around up here. Just to remind you as well, if we're repeating 2017, as Bitcoin goes up here, even though it's still in the range, as it goes up here, that would be the first 50 days of the alt season. So hopefully Ethereum gets back to 3,000, which is still shockingly low. Like Ethereum shouldn't be under 5. Like we're looking at 2, right? That's disgusting. But that would be repeating it. And then if and when Bitcoin breaks the all-time high again, so this Bitcoin breaking 108K, that would be the second 50 days of that alt season. If it repeated exactly like 2017, which is actually, that's just giving you the method it started moving up in that period of time. Now, the racist Russell 2000, is there a fractal for it? Yes, there is. I'll show that to you now. It is boring as hell. Racist Russell 2000, just screwing around here and then making its way to charge up to the highs. That might, I guess it's going to coincide with crypto going even more boom boom, which is what we need out here. So yeah, there's nothing else really we can do. It feels like the energy is low. We're like, man, it's March 2025. Like we've round tripped 4.5 years. In fact, on Bitcoin pairings, Bitcoin valuations, things have round tripped 7.5 to 8 years. Like things are still going down. So what do you do? What do you do? Play some Pumpy G music. Now, something I want to remind you, friends, even with this Bitcoin strategic reserve, just so you know, right, ChainLink ticks every single box as an insider's altcoin. Okay, ChainLink, it really does. Okay, this is something interesting you should know. Okay, I've been telling you this the whole time. ChainLink, they did a public ICO. Yeah, it's an American crypto. The corrupt SEC didn't even go after ChainLink. Did you know that? They went after like 15 other companies. They went after Richard Hart. Yeah, they went after Richard Hart, who like spent thousands of hours with lawyers to basically not make it a security, and they still went after him. All right, they did not go after ChainLink. ChainLink did a public ICO, an actual ICO. Yeah, collected money, public ICO, and all that. Right. SEC were obviously told don't go after these guys. They were told that. They went after everyone else, didn't go after ChainLink. Right now, did it help the price? No, it's still the same. That's why I'm telling you. I did tell you, right? I guess I was proven correct now. Even after the SEC, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, that was it was very contrary. I didn't say that too much because people, it hurts a bit even in the heart to think about it. I'm like, yeah, dude, the SEC doesn't actually mean anything for our price valuation. The market price is where it thinks it should be. It's just true now. SEC's done. We beat the SEC. Look what happened, right? We literally retraced. It's just gone nowhere. It's like the bottom of a channel, still below SAC price. Yeah, that's right. It's more complex, friends. Crypto is global. Crypto networks are global, and it doesn't matter what the government thinks. You know, the government says, we actually don't want to buy your altcoin bags. Okay, we're going to pump without you. We're going to pump without. That's what. Like, you got to think about it. Markets go high enough to get new buyers in. That's how the game works. That's really how the game works, because fiat's devaluing. So think about it from that perspective. Obviously, friends, the government. This is what I believe. Yeah, the American population, the government. Yeah, you don't want to buy altcoins now because they're freaking down. Yeah, but when we start sending these things to the moon, what's everyone going to be saying? Stupid, incompetent. Look how much money you missed out. I've also, friends, I want to show you. I don't know if I can get it here. David Nutsacks. He made this tweet. It's very, very bullish. Look, he goes, over the decade, David Nutsacks, friends, remember, he's like a billionaire VC. He is the crypto czar now. Over the past decade, the federal government sold 195,000 BTC for proceeds of 366 million. If the government had held the Bitcoin, it would be worth 17 billion today. That's how much it has cost American taxpayers not to have a long-term strategy. And then that's why, friends, I captured this right under him. Jim Cramer, the get out now crowd, is in charge today. That happened. That was literally on my feed, like right on top of each other. It's just amazing, this contrast that just appears my way. I'll spot this. How cool is it? I'm here to show you, right? So Jim Cramer, Inverse Oracle God, he's talking obviously about the stock market and tech stocks and everything out here. So David Nutsacks, friends, so you got to think about it, right? What happens here? The government thinks they're smart. Oh, we're fading Bitcoin. We don't have anything to do with it, okay? Same thing with altcoins. What happens? Bitcoin goes up high enough. Now they're like, whoa. We need a long-term strategy for this thing, man. So that's long-term strategy. That's diplomatic old people talk for like, we've got to buy and we've got to hold for a long time. Yeah, that's what I think. That's how we get this law stuff in. So altcoins got to go up, and then they say, dude, if you didn't hold Bitcoin, but if you held, that's what they'll say. They said instead of holding Bitcoin, if you held XRP, your theoretical 30 billion is now actually 100 billion. Now, in the midst of that, the rational thinker and talker, where they say, no, there's things like liquidity, there's things like, you can do this with any coin, they get drowned out by the crowd because they just keep yelling and wasting their time. Okay, you actually, that's what you're going to see is going to happen. Okay, when this freaking thing finally does kick off, you'll see that. And then we'll be feeding into it. It's fun. Because it's people out here, like, they want you to be poor. That's what a lot of Bitcoin maxis, they literally just, they don't like altcoins at all. They want everything to go zero. Look, friends, it's not about what you want, okay? I know what the people want. The people want altcoins. That's it. They go up fast. They are extremely erratic and volatile. And when they go, man, it's crack. Okay, the people want, it's pretty much financial crack. They want that. And because people can't hold crap, yeah, especially in bear markets, especially with crypto's volatility, even Bitcoin itself, they can't hold. So they want to deploy something fast and they want it to go up fast. So we're probably going to see that beast show itself in this bull market, however it's going to show itself. Funny for Jimmy Cramer to say that the crowd it should be getting out now. He's actually made some other bearish tweets as well, which is hilarious, fans. We need him to remain that way, which is making me I've got a twinkle in my eye. More pressure on data center stocks and AI from Marvel. Selling not over yet. Bottom is in. So yeah, so it's kind of funny, man. He just comes out these times, like every single time that comes out. I just want to show you the stock market. You just don't think, he's like, dude, how can you even like call this relatively cheap or anything at all? This is free. This is the stock market. He's just like, yeah, we're just getting started, right? So, oh, by the way, this is the level as well that Uncle Bobby's worried about. I think what he said is because it's come down here too much, he expects a lower high, but I don't know, friends. It's always everyone's opinions down and up and right. I don't know. My game's not to do that. And by the way, there's people that when these things go up, they change their mind back anyway. So I'm playing the whole cycle. The weekly super chain is still green. Bull market's dry on euphoria. I haven't seen euphoria, so that's it. That's what I'm doing. Now, remember, friends, I was talking to you about ChainLink as well. So remember, I do believe that they had the higher ups. Okay, they told Gary Guzler, the Seaman Demon, at the time to avoid attacking them, right? So you even have Sergey Nazarov. So Sergey's at the crypto summit, and you got to think of like ChainLink connects chains. So there's a new cycle one narrative of real world assets, right? RWA. ChainLink is getting boosted from that, right? So it was DeFi in 2020. Now there's RWA because RWA, so DeFi is decentralized finance. RWA is pretty much connecting centralized finance. That's what it is, real world assets. So they're taking like real world bonds, real world property, real world stocks, put them on the chain, and then ChainLink is the rails they're going to connect through. That's because it's got to feed all the information out here, all the data and everything to go through. So the adoption for it goes big. Remember, my targets, nothing's changed. I still think ChainLink to 100 billion market cap is very reasonable. From today, the return would be like a 10x. So it's about 160 bucks. I'm hoping that some euphoria spike up in that month. It goes up, it goes up and it pings maybe 220 bucks for ChainLink, 100 billion. I think that's fair and normal. Now, of course, it isn't like, it's not deep value contrarian or anything at all, but like it's an easy family friendly coin. It's a 10x. So that's pretty much what we're leaning towards. How's that going to resolve itself though with this link ETH ratio? That is something I'm very curious about. I've been curious about this the whole time. It's actually, look, link ETH is actually starting to curl up. So here's the thing. If this thing goes up to this ratio, 0.028, this is the link ETH dominance, okay? Or yeah, even around here, 0.03. That means pretty much ChainLink is 3% of Ethereum's price. So if Ethereum goes to like $8,000, you got a $240 link, right? But that's why it's disappointing because that's Ethereum 8,000. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, but what if Ethereum is 16,000? Okay, well now you have $480 ChainLink. Is that possible? 250 billion. I don't know. Okay. But remember, friends, I showed you all that data, man. When coins hit 100 billion market cap, out of nine scenarios, all 9 altcoins topped out around there the first time. All 9 around that zone. The only coin that never did was Bitcoin. Bitcoin went from 100 billion, was 2017, hit 6K, 100 billion, market cap went to 300 billion, and then it came back down. So, yeah, I mean, it's first time for everything, but yeah, look, the odds aren't that great. But look, this could just resolve itself. We could be on the right path where Link ETH goes up there, ETH tops at around $8,000. We don't know. We don't know. Something's going to have to give, though. Ethereum is in the third cycle curse. Yes, this thing is curling up. And actually put on a super trend to see if it's done anything remotely good. Yeah, oh, sweet. It's flipped green on the weekly super trend. Where's this thing going to go to, though? Very, very, very interesting to think about. That's why I've drawn the Fibonacci's here. The 61.8 is around that 0.03. So it's around up there. But as you get to see, right, so ChainLink, it's about a 4x on your Ethereum. Now, remember, like Pulse Chain needs a 4x or 3x just to get to break even from 4 years ago. So, you know, you get higher risk there, but you get higher reward if it works out, you know, because you have like speculation around the PDI and the peggings and is Richard going to stream again, all these other shebangs. And next to Chainlink, friends, I'm pretty sure, you know, that does include pockets of things like Aave and Uni and everything else out here. Just with Chainlink, like they definitely have the real world assets boost as well. They're not just part of the DeFi. When it comes to that. So yeah, I'll just cover that. It's the same things. There's nothing else really to do, and we'll see how it plays out. The US dollar, friends, has continued going down. So it's actually getting slaughtered. Very, very good for risk assets, remember? Very good. That's exactly what we need. And here it is right now. This is the US dollar going down here. Now, specifically, if 2017 is repeating, why do we need that US dollar to go down? Well, because China need to print. Right, but they couldn't print if the US dollar is strong, because that means their yuan's weak. You can't inflate when you're really, really weak, right? It'd be like literally, imagine Richard turned up the inflation levels for Hex, it's down 99%. Like you cut the inflation levels, right? You try to make it more inflationary only if it's strong enough when it's heaps of demand, and opposite on the way down. So China, friends, big news, they actually are printing, and I have this great news out. He actually got this found on the internet, right? So China is launching a spending bazooka. Here we go. So the government name is a big, right? 1.3 trillion yuan in sovereign bonds, a total bond quota, $1.6 trillion. This is awesome. Okay, so we've been waiting for that, right? Now China, that's what we've been waiting for. We're waiting for this to happen. This is exactly what happened in 2017. China was slowing down and they printed. It was there. They basically, so if you listen to people, how they spoke about the 2017 cycle, the macro guys, they say, oh, China rescued everybody, came out of nowhere. That's how Mick Hovell, everyone talks about it. That's actually what happened in 2017. China just out of nowhere, just this big printing bonanza, boom. And it cranked on. So on top of that, friends, we need oil to keep dropping, which it has. It's got to keep staying cheap, taking time for it to come back down. And that's it. Everything else lands in place. Everything self-corrects from that point. US dollar is going down. Remember, you have Trump and the tariffs, and everybody is like focused on like the sensationalism of the soy boy journalists saying something's working, no, it's not, all the tariffs and stuff out here. But yeah, everything is just, it's falling into place now. We just, with Ethereum at $2,000, I know everything's falling into place, man. We're just like, do you have to be 2,000 though? That's the thing, man. We need it to wake up. Now, the crypto summit, as we've spoken to a friend, it's expected, I guess, to be mixed. Probably mostly Bitcoin talk. There's a lot of Bitcoin people and exchanges there. They're always like just focus on the Bitcoin part first. It is what it is. But you know, right? It's not even really about each specific altcoin. Okay, we need ETH up. We just need ETH up. It's still in freak accident territory right now. What also happened today, friends? I'll show you this. So Iggy Azalea made a post. What's an acceptable amount of tabs open? I just want to show you, friends. I'm a freak. I've got 480 tabs open on my PC at all times, and only like 30 get replaced every day. So I'm just showing you, man. I've literally just back. This is by the way, this is one Google Chrome thing. This is all the YouTube stuff out here. Yeah, I got to sift through all this information, and there's a lot of junk out there, man. Like I can't. I go through it, man. Like got to skip through a joke. Got to skip through this. Got to skip through Bybit sponsorships. Got to spit through. Oh, this guy's trading. Oh, oh man, it's ridiculous. And like You get really good at reading people as well, what I have to do. Because like your brain's just naturally trying to figure out, man, I want juice. Where's the juice? I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm just looking for juice. And I could also tell just by how someone's dressed, my brain, I start yawning automatically. I don't even watch all of it. But just by how someone's dressed. I was wondering why. Why is it when the suit guys come on? And I've realized, because I know it's always the same type of response. Oh, well, there's a probability of this occurring. Oh, no, this token may or may not have adoption. And they always go, there's an up case and there's a down case. Like every single time. They believe in nothing. They can't stand for shit. It's always these VCs wearing the same boring stuff. They don't understand what the hell's going on. The insight into like any culture of crypto, what the hell's going on is they have access to Twitter, so they know some of the words. Ha ha ha, you're in the trenches. You know what I mean? Like, says, yeah. So I was always wondering. It's kind of funny, fans. My what's my subconscious brain just literally. I'm like, man, I'm just getting bored just looking at these people, like, because they never say anything new. And if they did, they don't even freaking believe in it. They just say, oh yeah, I told you that could have been a probability of this upside happening, and yeah, you sometimes start to think like, what are we actually looking for? What are we actually looking for? Well, we have it, man. We are the bleeding edge. We have it. It's just no one believes anything yet because the prices haven't moved up. We are it. We are on the floor fence. We set the trend. Institutions don't come and set shit. They're only there because they see us. We've made the city. That's the truth. I've been telling you this since day one. Okay, these institutions are all scum. They're not coming to save anybody, okay? They're vultures, pretty much. They're vultures, but they're big vultures. They got a lot of money. Yeah, they don't actually rescue shit, yeah? We take the risk. We're here. They like to come and join a city. So that's what they do, friends. I shouldn't use the word vultures, but yeah, it looks like vultures, man. They do. They're coming in. They're saying everything's going up to $13 million Bitcoin, and they G'd out on a freaking 40% move on the way up. A lot of them are. They're just scum. But that's ultimately, that's the truth, right? So all of us here, friends, you got to remember, these whale institutions, they're very sensitive to risk, very sensitive to it, so they don't like it. They would rather join a city like New York. Okay, there's 18 million people in the city. Cool, I'll go and buy a $48 million apartment. That's the game they want to play. You and I, we found like a cubby house made out of wood in the middle of a forest, surrounded by like trolls and gremlins, right? And we're in there. We go down the cubby house, and what's in there? It's like there's magical potions and there's wizards inside this cubby house, and it gives you know what I mean. Like that's the type of like mystical stuff we're doing. We have no idea what the hell is going to happen. Either end up dead or there's going to be a big reward, right? But that's why we deserve it. Yeah, never lose sight of that. So it's kind of funny. We start doubting ourselves when the retail money stops coming in, and you think like, oh, we need the institutions to come in and do anything. You don't need shit, dude. You don't need anything. And I know it's tough as well watching just say Michael Saylor FOMO buy leverage shitload of Bitcoin. Yeah, he's becoming the Eggman. That's what it comes down to. Like, it doesn't even matter. Proof of work, proof of all these. Like, friends, we know what people are like, dude. We learn from the internet. Do you care? Honestly, do you care? Okay, we're communicating through the internet. Do you give a crap whether the internet nodes that are sending you and me information, whether there were animals harmed or green energy wasn't used to generate the electricity so you and I could talk? You don't give a shit, dude. You don't give one care. You're here for the entertainment. It's literally as simple as that. No one cares. Literally nobody cares. It's the same thing with crypto. It's the same thing. But obviously, those big gaps of people, there's hundreds of millions of people, they're not in yet. Yeah, they're going to buy high. They still haven't bought on 15 pieces of good news. They're not buying low. That's it. They're going to have to buy high. When they come in, your eyes, you'll see, oh, wow, Sommi was right. Yes, they are. They are non-believers. They actually don't give a crap. They don't give a crap about any of this stuff at all, right? And that's ultimately the bet we're aiming to take. But no one, like I said, no one's going to really wake up until the prices move. Now, friends, I'm going to play some angel music just to celebrate us being friends. I'm going to read for you this post by Elio Trade. It's actually just cool. 8 years grinding in crypto. I'm fine to wait for a real bull run. I personally don't like that the market is only pumping because people think the government might buy our bags. If that happens, great. If not, we never ever trucking expected that before a few months ago. So yes, it's same exactly like dude. The government buying your bags, that was like you gave that negative 58% probability like before 3 months ago, right? I think the market will heal and pump on its own. Crypto is a black hole. It will soak up every dollar outside of capital in time. Just stop attacking us and we will win. No need to rush. It's written in the stars. So just stop attacking us. It's just like a reflecting like, man, they just keep attacking us. Coming out here. Here we have everyone gathering around Donald Pump. We need a big pump, don't we? Also, friends, in news today, the return of the soy is back. So Soy Bankman-Fried got interviewed by Tucker Carlson, which I was in shock, but it's real. I watched the interview. I watched it. And here he is here.
All of whom have been at least charged with crimes, and lock them in a single room for years on end and throw out the key, which is...
So I watched all of it. Yeah, because nothing else is going on in crypto. It's the same old shit. So I'm watching news channels. And I'm like, bro, you're like 7 days behind me. You know what I mean? So that's what it's come down to. Now, some funny parts in there. This is actually funny. Okay, this is interesting. So in prison, they are trading. This is their currency: room temperature muffins. Yeah, wrapped in this plastic. That's the currency. Room temperature muffins, friends. Yeah, and he's hoarding them. He's not eating them. He's collecting them. So he's still like he's DCA buying. DCA collecting room temperature muffins. That's the currency in there, right? Also, like, just stark contrast. He goes, the stuff people will have a violent fight over, it's like depressing for like humanity. He says, like someone's soup was just a bit too cold, so they just start like stabbing each other. Yeah, and then like it's grim. That's prison. That's prison. Also interesting, they would have $98 billion in assets right now, and only 15 billion in liabilities. So just some interesting things that you know, friends. He didn't have to go to jail. He on that night he signed the bankruptcy thing. He filed for it. I think he didn't have to. He could have just done a runner or something, and then just wait for the market to come back. Yes, so technically he could have. It could have actually been all right. Everyone could have eventually been made whole. The market did recover. I mean, it was at the bottom. It was at the bottom. So think about it. Imagine I just got away with murder for like 60 days. And then Bitcoin had already gone up 50% from 15K. Now it's at 23K. So things were on the way up. They were on the way up. But what's also interesting, I didn't just watch and enjoy just looking at the interview. So he's got 23 years left. They ask him about, just the Washington stuff out here. Oh, obviously, friends, this guy, he wanted like... He's like the perfect villain. Soy, lactating man boobs, literally soy vegan, eating cucumbers all day. Cucumbers are awesome, by the way, but he's just like, he's a cucumber maxi. It was all fake. Pretend he drove a Toyota Corolla when he had like billions of dollars, just using custom money to fly the Bahamas up. I know I'm laughing now because it's such a disastrous thing, but a part of my laughter is watching the crowd still hate the guy with a lot of vitriol. Everyone's like, capital letters, stay in jail, throw away the key. And it makes me feel happy. Because I'm like, oh, you're all going to buy the top again. You've learned nothing. I know it makes the people angry. I know it does. I know it makes people angry, but, come on, man. Like, I know people want to lash out. They do want to lash out. It's interesting, because humans never changed. We just never changed. I actually have some of the timestamps here for you. He's in with Diddy, friends. Actually, yeah, the real Diddy. Him and Diddy are in prison. He says Diddy's actually pretty nice in there as well. They talk about like these large donations. He speaks about he's learned nothing. Obviously, friends, it's just a sick, twisted way of looking at the world. Yeah. What I don't like is it reminded me a bit of like Vitalik. I'll be honest. Yeah, just this effective altruism garbage. Just, I hope Vitalik learns, but I'm sure Vitalik's learned, okay? I don't ever want to see you dump meme coins to go donate to India ever again, okay? It literally did nothing. You dumped on the community that made your chain what it is what it is. The degens, okay? The degen spirit made your chain, and then you go dump $1 billion on them to go donate to India, who don't give a shit about you anyway, because you're dumping on poor people to go donate to even poorer people. And by the way, half of India's on Solana now anyway. So they're not even on the thing, bro. They can't even afford to use your chain. They're just like shitting on you from afar. By the way, not even making this up. If you go look at the Solana conference, friends, it's like 85% of the devs. I'm not even making this up. Yeah, Solana conference, 85% this Solana India meetup. It's literally just, it's kind of like, it's just self-cuckery. It's literally self-cuckery. Like you dumped on everyone. You dumped, sold the highs to do all that, and you do that. And look, man, it is what it is. Like what I've learned in markets, especially in crypto, you can do stuff like that. Yeah, you won't go to jail, but the price doesn't like you. The price doesn't like you. All right, that's what we've noticed with altcoins. So you can go do your shitty little greeny, cow fart sniffing, vegan, triple vaxxer, garbage. You can do your stuff. Go donate for this fake virus garbage that we were banned literally on Twitter if we said anything that it had to do with China. You can go, you dumped all this stuff. Okay, this is what the price thinks of you, bro. It literally gives the middle finger to you. That's what it does. Okay, it's in altcoins. So like, because whenever you see these stories, like, how does this person get away with dumping, like treating people shit? Well, the thing is, okay, think about it in your mind. If any founder treats the community like shit or does stuff like that, well, they don't go to jail, but the prices are freaking wrecked every time. It actually kills the spirit, you know? Now, having said that, we know the macro forces are more important. We know they are. We know they are. It's just, it's kind of like, you know, you've gone to the restaurant, they've served you poop. You're like, man, I already know it's poop, but did you have to wee in my water cup? That's what Vitalik's doing, okay, when it comes to these. Now, here's the thing, man. Remove politics. They're smart for a reason, okay? They know the answers. They figure out their own way. Kind of like, friends, so, very interesting, right? Soy Bankman-Fried, why he reminded me of Vitalik. The Soy Bankman-Fried, remember he made that tweet. He came out and return of the soy. He started tweeting. The thing is, it was a bit of an insight how more like liberal-ish, wokey type of people, say, run businesses. So if they're going to fire someone, they don't say, hey, you're shit. See ya. They don't do that. Okay? They go, hey, I wanted this, you're that. Not good enough. Go find someone else. They don't say that. So how Soy Bankman-Fried was remember in his tweets just like a week ago or whatever, he says he'll talk to the employee. He's like, hey, it's not your fault. Okay? It's our fault too. You know, we couldn't find a position for you. We let you down. You know, we couldn't find a way for you to excel. So it's not you that's bad. We are bad. Us. We have the guilt. We have the shame. We didn't have the right person to mentor you. We didn't do these for you. It's our fault. We couldn't find the way to tap to your potential. That's us. It's all on us. That's his perspective, right? And that reminds me of how Vitalik's thinking about this Ethereum Foundation stuff out here. So instead of one leader, now they've got two. They got Danny Ryan, I think that guy, that muscly dude's back. But then they just made another foundation. So the other foundation, that's just dog shit, which everyone's just pretending that does something is there. They're like, no. It's not your fault that you're crap. It's that we didn't communicate it properly, right? So any resemblance of these is just, yes. I wonder if these things are going to actually affect prices at some point, or it's just part of this red candle stuff. It kind of tells me it is part of the red candle stuff. Yes, it does, but like, because what you do is, man, like, this is a freak accident, man. This is really, really, really bad. But the Ethereum spot ETF was here, dude. What? That's why I'm just thinking, like, dude, why are you down here? What happened? Well, okay, maybe you faked out. You came here. You went back up, bro. Ethereum spot ETF was here, dude. What are you doing down here? How? You were strong. Explain this for me. You were strong in a bear market. Do you understand? You were strong in a bear market, all right? And you are garbage in a bull where there's meant to be more money, more optimism. Donald Pump has bought 400 million of the token, bro, of ETH. Look, you know, sometimes, friends, whenever I do these posts, I check the comment section, okay? I try to reply and message everyone as much as I can. And in Telegram, you guys always message me and you remind me. You go, Sommi, We learned it off you. Someone's keeping this down. And we're going to find out later on. And I'm like, oh, of course they are. Of course they are. Someone's keeping this down for a reason. And because you understand liquidity market caps, you understand how they do it. But if you have 100, remember, the liquidity is only like thick enough for like 1 or 2% of the market cap of a coin. So you don't need, like, if you had control, that's all you need, friends. Like, if there's like 100 coins, to keep the price down suppressed, you only need 2% of supply. Yes, that's all you need, just to keep it down. I think it's going to make sense later on. Look, man, bro, Donald Trump has $420 million of ETH. He just bought more ETH, and they've only got $60 million of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Something big is coming. It's our friendship. Like, subscribe, bitty button, or catch you soon.